Sounds a little cultish and strange. I was going for $15 to $20 extreme discount. That was a better method.
Shows some value.
Yeah, shows a little bit of value. So we did have a table of about 35 people, and it's gotten better. We have customers.
Yeah, we have a lot of customers. Thank you.
Yeah.
So at this point, this is our 13th year that we will cross the country. We have 86 events from May through November. This is our 14th event of the season thus far. Woo! Cheers.
Cheers.
We're all still getting along really well. Yeah, so as I was saying, there's 7 different people that we'll hire. I think I interviewed maybe like 32 different people. You have to keep like a spreadsheet because after a while you're like, wait, who? But we put together a team, and this year we had people come as far as from Memphis, Tennessee, Seattle. Claudine's from Memphis. Claudine, raise your hand. And then Colin, too, is new this year with us. Colin used to work at Stumptown, and he supplied us with cold brew, which was really lovely, in particular this morning. Yeah, so we hit the road, and we travel all over the country from May through November doing different dinners at farms, vineyards. We're going to a few different oyster farms this year, wineries. We have a dinner scheduled on the rooftop in Brooklyn, and it's actually a full farm. They farm a whole acre. It's not just flowers and herbs. They're literally growing food for restaurants. So it's pretty amazing.
We're going to Mount Fuji too.
I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Jim likes to steal my thunder, and then I don't have. It's like, then what do you want me to say? So at this point, we've gone to all 50 events, 50 states. See, you're throwing me off.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah, a couple years ago, we went to the last 5 states that we had not been to, and we've gone everywhere now in the country.
District of Columbia.
Yeah, we go there too. We haven't gone to Puerto Rico and like Guam
Yeah.
or the U.S. Virgin Islands. We should go
Nice.
to all those places.
Absolutely.
We have been doing dinners in Hawaii in February, and then Florida and New Orleans as well. So that's part of our winter tour. Last year we went to Mexico and Japan for the first time. And and we're going back to Japan. We have a dinner basically at a winery in the base of Mount Fuji on October 4th. And then we'll be returning to Mexico in February. We had an event in Sayulita last year, and actually the woman that owns the restaurant that we worked with was at our event in LA 2 nights ago. So that was exciting. Yeah, so we were just in Los Angeles. We had 2 really amazing events at a community garden there that's right in the middle of West Hollywood. And here we are at Temecula Olive Oil Company, which is beautiful and amazing. I came here for the first time in 2014, and we had done events here before, but I had not been here. And I talked to Tom on the phone, and he asked what time we were going to be getting here. I think we got here like 2 hours after we thought we were going to be here. But he had made us this amazing meal. And we pulled up and it was dark, and I could tell how beautiful it was. And we actually camped right here, and I woke up in the morning and was just astonished at how beautiful this property was. And we got to work and set the table up in the orchard, and it was just an amazing... The Grove, right. Sorry, I learned today that orchards are trees that lose their leaves, where groves like citrus, olives that don't lose their leaves, so they're groves. Thank you. Keeping me honest. But yeah, so ever since we were at, ever since I was here in 2014, I've always been excited to return. So we were really happy to be back here when we got here last night and set up our tents again. We'll say the last time that we camped here, there was people that came into landscape, and we had actually didn't have a tent because it was a beautiful, clear night, and Tom suggested that we sleep outside to look at the stars, which we did. And then I woke up to people I could hear people like working. And they were like, who are these people that are sleeping on our lawn? Like vagrants.
That was 2 days later.
True. But yeah, so I want to mention mention a few other people that are involved in today's event, I also want to say that I feel very blessed to do what I do. And all the time people are like, wow, you have such a cool job. That's so amazing. And you get to travel. And I mean, we work extremely hard. It's not all, you know, glamour and glory and roses, but and traveling around on fancy buses and people think you're famous and you get dropped off at the airport. But we do work really hard, and I feel really fortunate that I get to meet incredible farmers and brewers and, you know, go to restaurants and people send you out oysters and all these things. But I feel equally as blessed to have met all of you. And when we do these events and I'm talking to people and they're excited to be here and want to hear these stories about where their food comes from and want to change their food systems, it's just really an inspiration, and it moves me even more than free champagne and oysters. So. Thank you all so much for being here today. We are honored to have you, and we hope that you enjoy sitting at the table and dining together and hearing all of your own stories. So cheers to you. Cheers. I want to also say thank you to Jody and Emily from J Bricks Winery.
So good.
I want to say I'm a little bit of, Jim likes to call me a wine geek. I prefer the term, you know, wine nerd, no, like aficionado, yeah, like something fancier than that, but
Connoisseur.
connoisseur, thank you. I was going to say concierge, but that wasn't it. Anyway, so I'm familiar with their winery and just love what they do. Everything is extremely small production. We had a wine meeting that I was running around and wasn't at, and one of the girls was like, I can't believe you missed that. It was so amazing. So just really excited to have them here today. They're extremely passionate about what they do, and we're honored to be pouring their wines at the table for you. I also want to say thank you to Kurt and Diane from Refuge Brewery, who are always a pleasure to have. And they will be here at the table with us tonight also. And then I don't think he'll hear us, but Paul and his whole crew from the fishery is a total pleasure to work with. They're all just really nice and all really get along. I feel like their team have a very similar dynamic to our team, where it's a bit of like a mostly functional family situation. But they're great. So cheers to Paul and his whole crew. Cheers. It's hard to clap when you're drinking.
Yes.
And without further ado, Tom and Catherine from Temecula Olive Oil Company.
Yay.
I was gonna say, no, it doesn't look that sturdy. It's
That's a,
sturdier than
Yeah.
this